Present perfect continuous tense. Present perfect continuous tense tells us about something that started in the past and it's still continuing now or still going on now. So let's look at the examples to understand exactly how it works. So the first example, the first sentence we have, I have cooked dinner. Next, I have been cooking dinner. So what is the difference between these two sentences? Not in the word, but I mean in the meaning. In English grammar, there is a difference because if I say I have cooked dinner, it means I cooked it in the past. I cooked it in the past and it's ready. But if I say I have been cooking dinner, what it mean? It means that I started cooking in the past and I am still cooking now. I haven't finished it. It's still continuing. The focus is on the process or the activity. It is still going on. It is continuing process or activity. So this is the present perfect continuous tense and this is the present perfect tense. It means I have cooked dinner. It means it cooked in the past. Now it is ready. It is present perfect continuous and this is present perfect continuous tense. A lot of questions arises in the mind when we use present perfect tense or when we use present perfect continuous tense, and when we use since and for. So let's start by talking about present perfect tense and present continuous tense. As you see, they have eaten the pizza. This is the present perfect tense. We have the auxiliary verb have here with main verb eaten. Eaten is main verb and have is auxiliary verb. Auxiliary verbs are like is, am, are, have, had, has. This is the auxiliary verbs. They have been eating the pizza. Now this is the present perfect continuous tense. We still have the auxiliary verb here, but now we have the word been here and the main verb is continuous in ing form. ing form. It means it is continuous process. The activity is in continuous. So the main difference between these two sentences is that the first one tells us that the action is finished in the past. The action is finished in the past. There is no more pizza in the present. The second sentence, present perfect continuous tense, tells us that there is still pizza left now. They haven't eaten all the pizza yet. We can use these tenses to talk about the events that happened in the past, but they are somehow connected to the present. For example, She has borrowed our car. So, this is an action that happened in the past, but it is important to the present because we don't have a car right now. So, this is the rule of present perfect continuous tense. Subject plus has been, have been plus first form of verb ing plus object plus since for plus time. For example, she has been borrowing our car every Thursday. Has been is used with singulars and have been is used with plurals. Now this is the sentence suggests that the action is still happening. So next Thursday she will probably borrow the car again. So here our focus is on the action. The action is unfinished. So we use present perfect continuous tense. Next example we have written an essay about climate. The action here is unfinished. The action is finished here. It is in the past. We have already completed it. So you can say we have written an essay about climate change. You can also use we wrote an essay about climate change using past simple. But to connect it to the present and make it important to the present perfect tense, we need to use the present perfect tense. Writing the essay is part of your life experience now. So here you can use present perfect tense. Next example, we have been writing an essay about climate change. It suggests that you are still doing it. The essay is not finished yet. You are still doing it. You are still working on it at the moment in the present. To make it more clear, this is the same thing, but if I write in present perfect tense, it means it is complete, it is perfect. But if I write in present perfect continuous tense, it means it is continuous, it is still working at the moment. Now let's talk about since and for. Both these words are used with present perfect tense and past perfect tense, and both of these words explain how long something has been happening for. It is a duration of time. It is important to remember the word since can only be used with present tense. Since and for can only be used with perfect tense, like present perfect, past perfect, present perfect continuous, past perfect continuous. But for can be used in other tenses as well. When you want to give more information about the time it took to do something, we use the word for with a period of time like 3 days. period of time, for the period of, like we need to use for 3 days, for 3 months, 3 hour, for long time. Example, we have lived in London for 6 years. This is the period of time, 6 years. Next example, we have, he has borrowed my car for 3 days. They have been waiting for an hour. So these all are the period of time we use for here. Now you need to use since with a specific moment in the past. Since I lived in Brazil. Since 3 o'clock. Since 1992. Since last week. So the focus is on the time when the action happened or it began. Now let's add since to the present perfect tense. Let's add since to the present perfect tense. I have lived here since I was child. I have been working here since April. They have been waiting since 9 a.m. If someone asking you how long, thus you can use these words since for. How long have you been traveling? You can say I have been traveling since June. So this is the present perfect tense. In next video I will tell you about past simple tense.